I use antlers in all of my decorating. No one fits like his arm.
Well, he started the show playing the ball English, called Archie. I'm sure many of you will indeed remember him. Beautiful white head, dark onion wings and a lovely white tail. But as you can see, Henry here now is coming back over the arena. He's pretty much brown all over. He will get a white head and a white tail, but can you believe it takes quite a while? The best part of 5 years actually for him to get the full white head and indeed the white tail. So Henry here, at about 18 months of age, he's still classed as a juvenile. Just like this bird, safely up on the platform. But both of these eagles are fish eagles, perfectly designed to snatch big fish clean off the surface of the water. But it's not just fish that they will catch, they're very versatile predators, capable of catching things, mammals like rabbits and hares, and a wide variety of birds also. And although they are stunning eagles, applause. Here he comes. Come on then, Henry. Get your feet on the mark. Yay! That really is a success, honestly. He just used to like, well, I'll just keep it on the floor. It's the same sort of meal without putting all the effort in. But you can see he's just starting to figure out how to use his talent. Our birds, we try and give them a specific job. So as you can see, Henry and Sky crossed the arena and caught a couple of pieces of food. And what we want Frank to do here, well, fly a few feet above the crowd and give you an experience that you'll never forget. But even on his first day of work, about 4 years ago, Frank's going, I'm not doing this whole 2-foot malarkey, it's now millimetres. So what I'm basically trying to tell you is if you think this vulture's going to crash into you, he probably is, okay. So just keep your eyes on him at all times. But try not to worry too much about him. Try and enjoy the experience. It's not every day you get so close and personal to some of these beautiful birds, but he really does cut it fine, that's for sure. But he's an Egyptian vulture. Even when I chat to the visitors here at Warwick Castle, even the younger generations, they know what vultures are about. But they often think of the vultures with the long necks and the bald heads. They are called griffon vultures, probably one of the most well-known vultures. They often get 10-foot wingspan, then you'll see what a large vulture looks like. But because Frank is small, he is surprisingly agile, and he can zip through the crowd, as I say, with quite a dirty and smelly and things like that. But I suppose it's their feeding reputation that hasn't done them any favours. And they do have a mucky old job, don't they? But what an important job it is that they do have. And it's the vulture's job, you know, to keep the world nice. Bit of a handbrake. Chances are that will indeed be the case. So if he finds quite a substantial individual, but that's not the end of the world. He will get a seat at the table. See if feathers have fallen out of him now? He is molting. He will get a seat at the table, just not when he wants it. But if you look at his beak as he flies overhead, it's long and it's not large enough, he can't swirl. But even if he finds something like so I'm going to have to wake him up. Please bear with me a second. Ernie! Come on, Ernie, you've got a show to do. Let's be having you. You haven't got time for a nap. I'll catch you. There we go. I know you're late. What have you been doing up there? Got work to do. But isn't he beautiful? He really is stunning. And Ernie is our 6-month-old milky eagle owl. Won't be able to get too close to the speaker because we have been getting a bit of feedback from it. And the noise will probably upset young Ernie. But at 6 months of age, if anything bad happened to me, well, it's because he's not a social creature. Unlike my dog, who's called Buster, and when I go home a bit later on, he will be ever so excited to see me, because dogs are social and they love to belong to a family group. Immediate response. I'm going to put him back on this perch now, and then I'm not going to show him any food. Then let's see the response that we get. I'll even tell him I love him. Ernie, I love you. I'll treat you the best out of all the birds, I promise. I'll let you eat that small child. I don't think he's that bothered either, is he? He's just like, someone take my photo. This guy is seriously boring me right now. So it's all about the food. So if I put my glove up, out comes the food. Ta-da! As you could see, the response really did speed up quite dramatically. So all birds of prey, you see, they are food-motivated individuals. If we rocked up here with no food whatsoever, the birds are just going to do absolutely nothing because there's no motivation for them. They're always encouraged around with small pieces of food. But out in the wild, you see, Ernie isn't going to have someone like me turn up every day and hand-delivering food. He does indeed have to do. You might be thinking this is going to get a bit ruthless, but we've been training him how to catch something, so a prey item essentially, and that's what I'm going to show you right now, how Ernie would use his great big powerful feet. But for the youngsters that are present, I often see smiles turn to frowns at this point, but you're all right. I'm not going to throw out a guinea pig, let it run around and then Ernie's going to pounce on it. Because I haven't got any left. I'm only joking, I wouldn't do that to you. Here we go, look, small piece of food. I'm going to throw this out onto the floor. This is what Ernie has to catch. If he was actually looking at me at this moment in time, he should be paying attention. He's going to jump out of his tree, 8 to 10 wing beats, then he'll go into a glide. As he approaches the piece of food, his feet will come forward and wallop. He's going to pin this down to the ground. So you're sort of looking at me now. So did you hear all that over there in your favourite tree, Ernie? I want some fancy footwork and I want you to show everyone what a top predator you are. Are you ready? Go for it, Ernie! Whoa, look at him. Into the glide. Footwork! Dear me. Everything looked brilliant until the last second, Ernie, when you landed about 6 inches away from it, bent down and picked it up with your beak. Second attempt, are you ready? Go for it, ready! Better angle. Oh, footwork! Ah, there she goes, look. Things get really big now, that's for sure. Let's see if they see it. People are often talking, they're going, oh, what a lovely day. Down bird, down. Yeah, she does fly low at a couple of points, so it's generally here, over by the yew tree, and then you guys on these benches here. Lots of people look at her through a phone, you see, so she's 4 inches wide, but she's not, she's 10 foot wide. So if you are looking at her through a camera, just be aware of the fact that there is a giant vulture headed in your direction. And she cuts through this second set of benches really quite low. But as I say, we're trying to enjoy the experience. We've only killed 3 people this week. So the stats are still pretty good. But isn't she amazing? Look at the size of this bird. Really is an enormous vulture indeed, and Rosie is our 2-year-old. She's got a very broad set of wings and that huge fan-shaped tail that will consume all the dead animals, but vultures consume over 60% of it. That's leaving behind bare skin, and it's a beautiful pinky colour as well, absolutely stunning. But when you understand how long these birds can live, it's amazing. So full maturity is 10 years of age. That would suggest a long lifespan. And a bird like Rosie, the Andean condor, could live for 100 years, can you believe? Ever such a long lifespan indeed. Flying a condor at Warwick Castle, I'm not going to lie to you, it wasn't something easy to achieve. We used to take her to Guy's Tower in the top of the mound and expect her to fly across, but she just failed with such regularity, and that's when we built the platform here. What they lack in size, these birds make up for with speed and agility. because these are kites. Now here in the UK we have one species native, that is the red kite, the largest of them all. These, however, are black kites. Similar shape and design, but just a little bit smaller. As you can see, they've both got the long wings and the long tail, so they can twist and turn and apply quite a bit of speed to their flight. They really are amazing birds. But I do need to concentrate a bit more with 6 birds coming at me at the same time. So I'm going to put on a bit of music and concentrate on getting these birds flying for you. So enjoy the show and I'll be back with you soon. I think I deserve a really big round of applause. A lot of flying crammed into a short period of time, but I really hope you enjoyed watching the birds fly. It's been a pleasure presenting the show for you. Sadly, that's just about all.
A big ooh would have been nice there. I mean, really, you don't get this kind of drama at the RSC in Stratford, you know that. Not that I'm bitter. Much. Let's try it again. I said, I welcome you this day with news. I wanted shock and awe, not sarcasm. In this year of our Lord, 1359, after some 20 years of constant warfare, and yea, I know. And watch them leaping. Leap. Let's try it again. They can't hear you. You need to be much louder. Hands raised high. Voices raised higher. Let me hear you. 1, 2, 3. Havoc! Havoc! Let's slip the dogs of war. And so begins the mighty Trebuchet. Now, my lords and ladies, earlier versions of this machine would use beasts of burden. Let's be practical here. You're taking livestock into a siege line where there happen to be a great many hungry soldiers. Those soldiers aren't thinking, ooh, that's a valuable military strategic asset. What they're thinking is, ooh, they provided lunch. So very soon those animals will disappear. Once that happens, your war machines will be redundant. They will lay move the chain and then listen for the reply. 1, 2, 3.
Remove the chain.
So the arm is now free. It's not live yet, we need to engage the trigger to do this. So we need to remove a metal pin. So everyone here, on the count of 3, shout, remove the pin, listen for the reply. 1, 2, 3!
Remove the pin.
That's it, we're live, we're set. The only thing holding that thing in place is a small slither of metal, effectively a trigger. In a moment, we're going to pull that trigger, we're going to send it 18 kilo rocks, 200 litres this way. It's going to go from a standing start to 150 miles an hour. And the flight will be about 4 seconds. It's going to be quite impressive. However, this technology, perfected in the 13th century, bleeds into the 14th century, and was replaced by the cannon. It is missing the one vital element. And that element is a countdown. From 10 down to 1. When you get to 1, the command phrase of this machine is loose. It's not activate, it's not fire. But a school group yesterday just went, do it! I do not want that, I want a big cry of loose. Right, see if the Trebuchet mistress is ready. Trebuchet mistress, are you ready? Good people of Warwick, are you ready?
Ready.
Right, with me everyone, as loud as you can.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
My lords and ladies, the mighty Trebuchet! Now, before anyone goes anywhere or moves or does anything, I said over 10 years ago,